Okay, this video is a real brief introduction into the requirements for using 3D modeling and a 3D printer. So I'm going to try and demonstrate what is important about the 3D shapes. When Blender starts up, it produces a cube, as you see in the screen here, like so. Now, if we go and edit this cube, and we delete this face right here, what we see is basically, imagine a cardboard box with no top. Now, we cannot print this with a 3D printer, and the reason is that the dimensions, before we deleted the top, we had length, width, and height dimensions for the cube, and the center is considered all solid if we were to print it, and it would be pretty expensive because they charge by the volume of the material. But with the top deleted, we no longer have dimensions of length, width, and height of these side pieces here, right? So, or bottom, for that matter. Any of these, they're all only have 2 dimensions, depending on which one it is. So if we wanted to make this box on a 3D printer, what we have to do is to give it an additional dimension. So what I've done is selected all the shapes and sizes, or the faces rather. Now I'm going to make a copy, a duplicate, an exact duplicate of everything. And then I'm going to scale it down a little bit so that there, as you can see it. Alright, so what I did is there's the exact copy, and it's placed inside the other one. So if I, for instance, turn off the occlusion facility, you can kind of see the interior faces through the exterior faces. So okay, we're close. We could almost print this, but not quite. What we need to do is we need to still fill in this gap right here. The terminology for that is called a non-manifold edges. And in order to do that, there's a tool to do that. We pick that edge and that edge, and then we go in and say bridge. I think this will do it. Yes, that'll do it. Now we have something that we can actually 3D print. This guy, we could submit it to a 3D printer because it has all kinds of valid edges. For instance, let's look at some of the dimensions for this thing now. Okay, let's see. So I want to look to see what the thickness of this edge right there is. So we will go down here and look at the where's it at? Hello. There it is. Activate measuring. Okay. So what we can see now is that see the arrows here. This is X is the red one, Y is the green one, and blue is Z. So what we have is the width of that device, or that wall, in the y-axis is 5 centimeters. Pretty thick if we were going to print that. But then this whole box is rather large anyhow. And the other one is, the other dimension, X, is 3.59. That's kind of surprising. I'm surprised they're not the same. But anyhow, this would definitely print successful with a 3D printer. Okay, hopefully that helps explain the two-dimensional versus three-dimensional object in 3D printing. End of video. Oh, and if you have questions, send them.